again, YouTube! Dr.Kendo here to give you a re-commentated and re-uploaded update on the newest trailer for Mario Kart 8 after receiving some helpful and valuable feedback on the last one that I did. I want to jump right into it because there are some interesting observations about these courses that we can find from the trailer. So here on this first course, where the trailer seems to start and end, we can actually get a glimpse of how the game might preview a course before the race actually starts. Remember like in Mario Kart Wii before the 3, 2, 1 start happens and you see various shots of the clips you're about to race on? Well, this very early clip could be kind of like that. In this next clip, I wanted to point out a cool little detail. It doesn't really reveal something secret, but notice how when racers are riding on the top part up there in the background, there is a rainbow light trail behind them. It's also evidenced in this clip here. And also in this clip, we can see some fluorescent banners there in the background that signify this level is probably part of the Star Cup. It's interesting because the Mario Sunshine-inspired airport level from a previous trailer also had a Star Cup flag on the posts throughout. Have we only seen Star Cup reveals so far? I don't mean every level ever revealed up until now has been the Star Cup, obviously, but I'm saying, have we not seen any other named cups revealed? But this course certainly looks pretty grandiose, as you can see, but I noticed a few more things that I wanted to point out. So do you see in this clip how Mario spins out and then boosts after entering the anti-gravity mode here? Not once, but twice. The second spin out seems more obvious as he collides with Peach, and I've been informed by a few viewers that when racers collide with other racers while driving on an anti-gravity section, they'll all spin out and have a slight boost after the spin out. I actually should have known this because I have a lot of footage of the game that I recorded back at E3 2013 last summer when I went and played the demo. But what's odd still in the new trailer is that Mario seemingly spins out without colliding into anyone on that first spin out. I see a neon yellow light that shows up for literally a frame or two in this clip here, but it may or may not be unrelated. User Scott Harris hypothesized that it could have been because Mario collided with the divider between the green and pink sections of the track here on this course, but I actually noticed that right past that neon yellow light line that I mentioned just before, there's a small bumper-looking fluorescent teal light structure. It actually appears again just after the second spin-out clip, right here in the background. It appears as though this is actually what Mario hit the first time around, which caused him to spin out. Interesting, although we don't derive much more than that regarding what these little light structures actually do. Now, lastly, check out this clip of Bowser riding this awesome ship cart. Right around the halfway point of this clip, when we're in front of him, we can see behind that the track is split in two. One side appears to have a pink road, while the other is tough to make out exactly, but I suppose it could be green, which would imply that this is where the course's road ends up at some point after the spin boost that I referenced earlier. I say that because in those clips, the ground we see mostly is green, but to the left and down below, the track is pink. Moving on, we see that Grumble Volcano is going to return as a retro track. If it wasn't obvious, you'll spin out if you hit the fire from the meteors that land on the track, which is evidenced by Bowser here in this clip. But notice also that he's holding a mushroom prior to hitting the flames, but then we don't see it again as he goes off screen. Now, we can assume that he loses the item when running into the fire, but there is also a chance that he could keep it, as it might just be that the item goes away for the game to play his animation. And I say that because in this clip of Roy Koopa, after he does a trick off the jump, his green shell that he was holding disappears momentarily. We can obviously assume that it comes back after his trick animation is finished, but this is kind of what made me bring up the fire with Bowser. And by the way, I'll assume of course that everyone has already seen the trailer I'm using for this analysis, so you will know that the Koopalings were announced as playable characters. I'm much less sure about some of the other courses, but here is one that was semi-hinted at in details from the previous trailer. The water park. There was a sign that said Water Park with Koopa on it back in the Sunshine Airport. Presumably these clips display that level, where there is a big Ferris wheel with a W on it, which is Wario's logo, and then a sub-coaster after it, which not only seems to have an anti-gravity component to it, but also there's an underwater part, which I'll assume if this is a water park will be pretty prominent. But did you also notice here with Waluigi and DK underwater? This is just another clip to show that when you collide, you'll spin, but get the small flame boost directly after. So also check out this really short clip right here, but slowed down. Do you see Iggy Koopa just coming out of nowhere behind Lemmy? It seems as though, if it wasn't obvious, there's a part of the track that you probably can't normally drive over very easily, and it'll slow you down, unless you have an item that can boost you through it. So as a shortcut, Iggy Koopa has boosted on through. And at first, I didn't know where this tiny scene with Lemmy Koopa was at, until I noticed a screenshot that has also come out, showing similar underwater scenery, but with a peek at this big top tent fountain, which proves it is this water park course here in this other screenshot. Okay, so now we're looking at what I assume is called Shy Guy Falls, again due to the clips from the previous trailer with the airport course, and it's pretty clear since there are huge waterfalls with Shy Guys all around. I'm guessing that you will first go up this huge waterfall where there are boost pads scrolling with the flow of water, then you race some more at the top before finally going down the adjacent falls which have a jump part with the glider. I'll play these 3 other clips a few times over and over as I'm sure they also go with Shy Guy Falls. One of them, featuring Toadette throwing a red shell, is surely from this course, as she's literally racing on the waterfalls, as well as this clip with Iggy Koopa throwing a green shell. You can see the waterfalls there in the background. With this other clip of Luigi here, it may not be a huge reveal or anything, but we actually see what appears to be some butterflies flying around the flowers off in the background. Nice touch. So thanks to user Quaggled Meyerklops for pointing out to me that this course here comes from Mario Kart 7. It's called DK Jungle and it will return here in Mario Kart 8 as a retro track, but notice a great graphical detail actually in this clip here. This was noted by user GamerTimeUSA, who pointed out that the racer's tires were actually getting dirty from driving on this dirt road section of the course. Great find, GamerTimeUSA, and great detail by Nintendo here. This next track is the now retro and returning course called Tick-Tock Clock, which was pointed out to me by Quaggled Meyerklops again. I didn't play much Mario Kart on any of the handheld systems, so I realized that this was helpful information to have from my viewers. One thing I did want to point out in the clips, however, is that Mario appears behind Luigi with 2 mushrooms spinning around his cart. We can bet that this is of course the triple mushroom item, making a return, but also notice that he is not holding and juggling them like the animations in Mario Kart Double Dash. In Mario Kart 8, with singular objects so far, the characters actually hold them in their hands, whereas in Mario Kart Wii, all the items either were not physically present until you used them, or were mysteriously held behind the carts. And last but not least, this short, quick look at another course is none other than the GBA's Mario Circuit track, as was pointed out to me by user Winston Austin. Notice first that Wario is actually holding a golden mushroom. Just wanted to show that off. But also, you get a great look at the course here when Toad starts cruising up this anti-gravity section and we're all up high and can look down on the glorious layout of this level. But all in all, as these trailers keep coming out, I keep just feeling more and more impressed by the gorgeous graphics, and I played the game at E3 last summer, and that was just a demo version with only 2 laps per course, and it was like the game was already feeling like it was finished, at that time. It played exactly how we want a Mario Kart game to play, but this is gonna add in kind of that thing that makes it new, but still adhering to the old nostalgia feel of past Mario Karts. So I am definitely looking forward to it, and I hope you guys are too. So thank you so much, and let me know what you saw in the analysis, because, again, I was really pressed for time, and I wanted to get this out quickly, like my Sonic Boom trailer analysis video. So there are definitely things I could have missed, and I always love to hear what you guys have come up with. So again, I appreciate it, and thanks for viewing.